I would like to introduce Ronald Craig Spong. Ronald, it matters to me, it really does. Ronald was born and spent his early formative years in St. Paul before his family moved to Rochester. Visits to his mother's family in West St. Paul kept him anchored in his hometown until college. The military and his Waukegan, Illinois bride lured him away from Minnesota. We'll have to clarify some of these. Returning home, they raised 4 children, and he worked 40 years in local city and county public health agencies. Retired now with 8 grandchildren, he is writing about his experiences. Please welcome Ronald.
Thank you. Little show and tell. I've got 2 of my 8 grandchildren here. And if they would come up, Ben and Alice. We're doing a little show and tell on this one. This is my first adventure into this reading. Stay here. No. So anyhow, this is Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben.
And this is Alice.
Hi,
and,
Alice.
And they're twins. The reading is going to be directly from the St. Paul Almanac, and again, we really appreciate the wonderful work that the Almanac has done in the past. And I should tell you that who put me up to this are Ben and Alice's mother, my daughter-in-law. So here we go. You want to hold this on? Thanks. Ronnie, time to get up. It was 4 a.m. and my 6th birthday surprise was about to be revealed on the summer day of 1949. After a bowl of my grandmother's hot oatmeal, I accompanied my grandpa, Albert Vikla, in his old Ford coupe to the family's business, Mays Incorporated, at 1481 Marshall Avenue here in St. Paul. As we turned into the alley, the sun's first rays warmed the building's brick facade in soft hues. We entered through the rear loading dock, and immediately I smelled the pungent odor of ammonia. Walking across the creaky wooden warehouse floor, we paused by a stairwell leading to the basement. Grandpa descended to check the ammonia refrigeration plant to make sure that it was not leaking. Then he led me through large rubber-fringed swingy doors into a very cavernous room. Bright overhead lights revealed rows of stainless steel mixing machines and vats lining one side, and on the other side, heavily latched doors leading to freezers. My uncle, Edmund Vikla, who's this little chap right here, this is about 102-year-old photo, and my grandfather, Albert, was working in his office at his roll-top desk. In the late 1920s, he had been certified by the university's dairy sanitation program in ice cream manufacturing. Working first as the Mays bookkeeper, he later bought out the company's owners as the economy slipped deeper and deeper into the Great Depression. The 1930s were a financial roller coaster for the business, and the close-knit Vikla family pitched in to help. Years later, my mother, Edna, recalled those difficult years when she and my aunts, Vicky, Ann, and Austin, took turns selling Mays ice cream at the little shop on West 7th Street, not far from their home in St. Paul's Little Bohemia neighborhood. By 8 a.m. that birthday morning, the busy compressors and conveyors and mixers hummed as a production of ice cream and other frozen treats began. I watched, fascinated by the workers' choreographed movements, filling endless containers of frozen confections. Each mixer on the assembly line poured forth concoctions of fragrant flavors, including vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, and my Uncle Ed's unique version of Rocky Road ice cream. Up and down the line wheeled carts packed with containers of ice cream squeaked as they were rolled into the huge freezers. Further chilling was necessary before the ice cream could be loaded onto refrigerated trucks bound for the local markets, hotels, concessionaires, and catered events all over the Twin Cities. Mays was especially well known for its rich, high-quality ice creams molded into specialty forms, such as edible animals for children's birthday parties and Christmas decorations. I idled away some time in Uncle Ed's office, doodling and spinning around in his large, massive oak swivel chair, until Grandpa called me to help. My chore was to open up small boxes of wooden sticks for Grandpa to set in popsicle molds. Chilled water and flavored syrups would be mixed in the vats, followed by the dipping of metal molds holding the wooden sticks. And emerging at the other end of the refrigerated line, the molds would release their now frozen popsicles to be packaged. On other days, different molds and ice cream recipes were used, ice milk recipes were used to create fudgesicles and dreamsicles. You may remember some of those. Those sights, sounds, smells, and sweet taste became very familiar to me as I returned to the family business time and again. In the 1950s, Mays Incorporated was sold to a major competitor, Vanderbees Incorporated. Until then, my grandparents' basement freezer continued to be the source of delicious reminders of those childhood summers spent with my grandpa and Uncle Ed at Mays. Thank you.
Did you bring any?
I just can bring the memory. Thank you very much. Any questions?